Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Secret to Living the Good Life show. Our goal is to introduce you to people from all across the world to learn from, in our faith, family, finance, and fitness, so that we don't make some of life common mistakes in those fields. We can learn from these guys. We can do a lot of takeaways and change our lives as we get older. See, when we get older, if we don't have the faith, family, fitness, and finance lined up, chances are we can be having a hard time. On my left-hand side, which will be your right-hand side, is a man who don't need a lot of introduction today to most of my guests. But for the better part of those who don't know, I'll give a little brief introduction. So he is the only singer from Guyana who has been performing globally every single week, every single month, every single year for over 30 years, nonstop, since his monster hit, which put him on the radar. It's called Guyana Babu. We performed off-Broadway in the West Indian Dream in Manhattan, New York. Guyana's most toured singer, performed in all major countries, including Caribbean, Suriname, Holland, India, and UK, I think Spain as well. Terry is the first singer from the Caribbean to perform at the Bollywood Music Award, the Indian equivalent of the Grammy. And this part is most cool about him. So Terry and the Save a Bee team organized many fundraisers in the Caribbean and USA, with 100% of the proceeds donated to kids' education in the field of computer technology, based on teach a man to fish philosophy. So he is no other than Terry Gajraj, known as Guyana Babu. Welcome to the show, Terry.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's an honor and a privilege, and I'm sure my guests will be happy to be a part of this conversation with us. So, like we talk about, what's our objective here? What's our motive? Living the good life in our faith, family, finance, and fitness. So my first question to you, are you living the good life in your faith, family, finance, and fitness?
Yes, all my life since a little boy, I believe my dad taught us the right way, and my mom did a fantastic job, and I think I am.
Oh, cool. That's good. So we'll pry some secret out of you. So let's start with it. I'm going to go too deep, but let's start with, you have to be a man of, I'm sure. Tell us, what is your philosophy of faith?
I really believe in our traditions, in our culture. Discipline, I think, is the most important thing we all need. And if you have discipline, I believe we can achieve anything in this world. And, we grew up in Guyana. I started out in our little mandir at Firish Road. And up to this day, the values and teachings that I learned there, I have been using it throughout my entire life. And my dad was a school teacher, and I also became a school teacher, and we love living a good, decent life. And it's all about, if you want love, you got to learn to give love. You want respect, you got to learn to give respect. You got to go buy something in the store, you got to give your money to get it. So we all believe in that. Not, we believe in giving and giving.
Good. Thank you. That's a pretty nice way of putting the faith. Now you're a busy guy. I know you tour the world pretty much. How do you manage your family life and tie it all in so that you can still live a good life, having your family next to you?
Yeah, family is of primary importance to me. Most of my events I do on weekends. So during the week, I am home. I live just like about 10 minutes away from my mom and dad, my sisters. We are all very, very close-knit family. And that family support has helped me over the years and up to this day. I'm very thankful.
That's cool. That's really awesome. Good. And then now, with you so busy, do you have any fitness regime or fitness schedule that you use for yourself? You're a successful guy.
I should. I don't quite have like a fitness schedule, but I do try to eat healthy. And we love walking. We love activity. My mom, she's going to be 80 years old this year. She also loves walking. My dad. And back home in Guyana, we grew up as an active family. We went to throw cast net and catch our own fish. We would go chop wood. We have our kitchen garden. My mom is proud of her kitchen garden. We would all help each other. In the mornings, we wake up at 5 o'clock and we'd go fetch cow dung, manure. So I think I had a really good foundation, and I thank my parents for that. I do not have a gym membership. It's just, staying busy.
Okay. So that's cool. But do you plan to do a structured fitness as you get older, Terry?
I think I need to do that. And, I really believe in walking. I believe in yoga and stretching. I don't really do yoga, but, any opportunity I get, I try to, do little squats, little stretches, things of that sort. And my mom and dad, they do that as well. They love that. So we don't do any hard exercises, but just simple things.
Okay, that's pretty cool because I believe in a lot of stretches. I like to do stretches, so I stretch myself a lot too, right? So it's really
Nice.
good. So I do,
Yeah.
and I encourage my audience, I encourage everybody I chat with, to keep some form of simple as what you're saying there to
Yes.
for your life, because we need it as we get older. We need our health with us in order to live.
Yes, and you don't need extreme exercises. You don't need, just do what you're comfortable doing. Otherwise, you might end up injuring yourself, hurting yourself. But activity is vitally important. Keep moving as much as you can. Take those stairs, avoid the elevators when you can. Park a little further away. Take those little, it adds up. If you kind of incorporate that type of schedule, it adds up and you will get your activity. And it's nice if you can get 8,000 steps, 10,000 steps, things of that sort. And a variety of activity is very important.
Yes, quite true. And you're right. It's the simple stuff we ignore that can help us.
Yes,
You don't have to do the
certainly.
stuff. It's this nice, simple stuff we can use and able to change our lives, our health, especially. Because
Yes, sir.
what is your take? For me, health is critical as you go down retirement, because if you don't have a good health,
Yeah,
everything that you have is pretty much not helping you.
correct.
Good. So let's go over to the last F, and then I'll give you a chance to say your story, because I'm interested in your story to share with the community that you grew up as an ordinary country boy, and you're so successful today. I'm sure you have a good story to share with the group. So on finance side, I like to recommend and talk to my audience and tell people it's necessary to save. It's necessary to be frugal with your money and take control early.
Correct.
What are your takeaways on that?
Totally agree with you. My dad always taught us never to spend more than you earn. Don't live with, just live within your means. And there's simple things in life. If you follow simple strategies, saving is vitally important. And my mom, my dad was a school teacher, but at that time, a cane cutter earned more money than a school teacher. But that's why you would supplement that income with little fishing, gardening, planting your own bora, baji, edo. Every part of our yard we utilize, to supplement the income. And that helped us out a lot. And spending, if you overspend, you will go broke. You spend within your means, we will be totally fine. And like a lot of people are into brand name this, brand name that, and it's just a matter of stamping the same product that you buy for $10, you can buy for, $100, So little strategies like that are very helpful in being able to live on whatever income you have. It's about controlling your spending and saving.
Perfect. Well said. Thank you. So I know you're a singer. So you want to take a minute and freestyle any line on your tune right now for us?
Yes, not a problem. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. Richmond Hill, a little Guyana. And that's one of the songs that I wrote back in the 90s. And, I sang about Richmond Hill becoming Little Guyana. And just last year, they co-named Liberty Avenue Little Guyana. So I felt very happy, very proud that, something that I did back then, almost 30 years ago, actually happened. And oh, Bangali Babu, oh, Guyana Babu, I am the very best at the Guyanese Babu. And that's a song that I'm very proud of as well, because it was when I migrated to New York. It's when you left Guyana, then you realize how much you love Guyana, how much you missed it, So, and that is when I wrote the lyrics, I am going back to Guyana. And, is that love for everything Guyanese makes you appreciate it more when you miss it.
Absolutely. So true. Well said. Good job, man. You are a singer, so that wouldn't be a thing. Okay. Why you don't share us your story? Take a few minutes, give us your story from how you become this proficient singer and artist today.
I was lucky that I grew up in a musical family.
Okay.
All my uncles, as I say, cha-cha, my dad and brothers, one played the guitar, one played the dholak, my dad played accordion, my grandfather played the harmonium. So I was lucky they all taught me the instruments that they knew. And that really gave me a great solid foundation. And then my dad, my Aja, he was the pundit for our mandir, but they were the kind of people that they would empower others, like they would put me to do the hawan and, do everything from beginning to end, but they were there to guide me. And the same thing we did with all the kids in the mandir, I ended up teaching my friends how to sing, how to play the various musical instruments, how to conduct a hawan, so little things like that, we empowered each other. And my dad being a school teacher, he gave free school lessons, after school lessons, so that the children in our village could be educated. So we did all of that. And musically, my uncle, he played the guitar for the Dilbahar Orchestra. So as a little kid, I would go there and I would see what they do. And it was quite an inspiration for me. And it motivated me to also want to be in a band. And Mr. Lakan Sukraj, who was the manager and leader of the Dilbahar Orchestra in Albion, he took me, and then I started playing guitar in the band, and they would let me sing one song at the end of the show. And that's when I knew that, I could do this, because at the end of the show, everybody's leaving. But when I started singing, they would turn back and they'll come right away, although I was like the last thing on the program. So that gave me really much confidence. But I was very, 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 very extremely shy and introverted. But it's amazing that once I hit the stage, I become this different person, Throughout high school, they would have concerts. I was never brave enough to say I will go up and sing or play the guitar or contribute somewhere in the talent shows. And it would hurt me as I sit there to see other kids going up. And I know I can do better than them, or I could be as good as them. But I was never able to go up and sing and deliver. But my big break came when, Guyana, they used to have these fairs, 3-day fair, Diwali fair, beauty contest and thing, So there was a yajna in Albion. And Albion Sports Complex had the fair. So what I did was, for the yajna, I went and I made sure I sang first, right? Play my harmonium, sing my bhajan, and boom, I left and I went to Albion Sports Complex and I asked the band that was playing, the Meritones Orchestra. They normally give the locals to sing a song or two, right? So they said, yes, they gave me a song. I went, I played their guitar, I sang. And when I sang, everyone loved it. And they wanted an encore. I sang another song again. Man, that was like one of the greatest moments in my life. And Guyana at that time, we didn't have cell phone, of course. And only a few people had like actual regular wired phones. But believe it or not, as I was leaving Albion Sports Complex, returning to the Yaj, everyone already knew that I sang. It was amazing how the word travels. And I would say that was a pivotal moment in my career that gave me that confidence. And that is when I kind of broke out of my shell and then, started to do a few more little public events. And if we fast forward to the 90s, that's when I migrated to the US because Guyana, we didn't have a recording studio. But in Guyana, every man, my creative juices were flowing. I kept writing, my goal was learning 100 songs. And we had those exercise books, right? So I would write the songs. And it was very hard to write the lyrics because we didn't have a tape recorder. So you hear a song on the radio, you run, boom, you write one line, and then you write another line. And then when the song play back tomorrow, you run again. And maybe you wouldn't play back until next week again. And then you write another line. And that's how come I learned the songs and I wrote original songs as well. So when I came to New York, I had all these songs in my system just waiting to release. And luckily, I met guys like Mojave Records, Jay Keola from JTS Records, and boom, I just recorded and recorded and recorded. And I'm so thankful. I feel so blessed. I thank everyone who helped me to, make this little village boy. We grew up without, we afforded a radio later and then a cassette player much later. We would go fetch water in buckets from the neighboring villages. It was amazing. And I am so thankful today for where I am. Blessings, faith, discipline, all very important. And Ray, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity as well.
Well, listen, we've been going at each other for a while now, right? I mean, you get in earlier in December, but I had some personal setback, and then we were
yes, sir.
When I watch you, I know you're all over the place. So, but we get this opportunity. So, Terry, question for you: did you go to school back for music, or you just take it off on your own?
I kind of try to learn reading because Guyana, we learn by ear, song, play everything. Whoever know a little chord, they taught me the guitar, and then I learned to play the keyboards. So I didn't go to school here, but I tried to learn to read music. And, later on, YouTube and thing came, but I bought lots of books. My dad books was, oh my God, he well read. So, he got us into books. So yes, I bought books and I learned. I bought like audio cassettes. So I learned different musical styles. So, kind of made me a little bit more confident and a little bit more of a stronger musician.
So if you have to give an advice to someone to follow their dream, what would you tell them? Besides follow your dream, how do you give them that push to say, well, whatever you have in lineup, it's possible? How do you what advice can you share to anyone?
Man, the magic word is discipline. With discipline, you can achieve anything in this world, and you don't have to go in the army to learn that. But discipline, you can achieve anything. You can be the best lawyer, doctor, musician, anything you want to be. You just got to be disciplined, set your goals and follow it. And know that there will be pitfalls, there will be disappointments. But if you are focused, you will achieve anything that you put your mind to.
So discipline is a nice word. But when you say discipline, in what sense are you talking of? How do you discipline yourself to be like where you are, or in a business or in your career, whatever?
Absolutely. If you're disciplined, you will know, hey, here's my timetable, here's my schedule. And at 8 p.m., I'll do so-and-so. 9 p.m., I'll do so-and-so. And that's the way you will get it done. And if you're focused and you learn, because discipline will teach you that you need to be a good human being as well. Need to speak well, not just educate yourself and become a lawyer, doctor, whatever it is, you're an economist or business person. At the end of the day, basic human qualities will take you further than any way. And discipline will tell you we need to be mannerly. We need to treat each other like human beings. You will achieve more. And if you speak nicely to another human being, you can get more out of that person. Instead of turning them away from you, people will gravitate towards you. Having a nice, positive attitude will take you such a far way. Positivity is, smiling and, being agreeable, being respectful. Because if you don't give respect, you will never get respect. If you don't give love, you will not get love. You cannot buy love. You know, money will only make you achieve so much, but the basic human qualities is what's gonna take you places.
Man, that's so well said. You're right. You just be a human being and just be nice to people,
Yes,
treat people well. That's so well said. That's so well said. Thank you. Thank you. You know, you should
you're
make a,
welcome.
you should write a book, Terry.
Oh,
You should
thank you,
get,
Mr. Thompson.
yeah, sit down with a writer, pick up some knowledge. You got so much of wisdom you can share to the younger community and people as a whole throughout the world that you're touching lives. And they would listen to you as much as they would listen to your music, they would read your content. Because
Thank
coming out to you there, I didn't taught you in that direction. I know you as a musician, as a singer,
you.
but
Yeah.
the potential and the ability to go way beyond. But that's awesome. Good of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
just
I mean, to be successful, you have to be able to communicate. And a lot of artists, they kind of get carried away. They just want the fame, and want the name. And then they forget about the people who make you who you are. You
yeah.
know, they may seem like nobody, they pay their money, but those are the people whom I am so eternally thankful and grateful to, because they're the ones who made me who I am. Terry Gajraj, it wasn't me, I just tried to do certain things, try to sing certain songs, and but at the end of the day, we have to please and make those people happy, you know, because they're the ones who buy the tickets and come to us. They're the ones who give us, and a lot of time our fans believe that I am the one who make them happy. No, they are the ones who make me happy. When I sing for them and I see those smiles and I feel the love that's coming out to me, oh my God, it overwhelms my heart. And I'm so eternally grateful for that love. That love you cannot buy. No money can buy that.
Wow. So that I guess that's propelling you for the next one and the next one and the next one.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I am so thankful that when I started out, I was so fortunate that I sang with legends like Sundar Popo.
Yes.
No longer, he came, he stayed by our home, he loved my mom, he loved my dad. That was a blessing. And I learned from their mistakes, I learned from their advice. Ramdev Chaitu from Suriname, I shared the stage with him. And I'm so lucky that I entered the market when these legends were leaving. Babla Kanchan,
Yes.
late great Kanchan from India.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
shared the stage with her. Babla would videotape me, and he was such a good gentleman. He told me, I videotape you because I want Kanchan to learn how to you interact with the crowd, the way Terry Gajraj interacts with the crowd. You know, I was so thankful Forrest Guy needs to sing at the Bollywood Music Awards. I was so lucky that Forrest Guy needs to go to India. We did 7 small events, but 7 events in India. Look at just last year, May month, I was invited to sing for all these dignitaries from all the different countries, all the commissioners. I mean, all the, oh my goodness, I sang for them. The Minister of Culture in India was so impressed with Terry Gajraj, little old Terry Gajraj, Minister of Culture. I was so shocked. She loved me so much that she requested I go back to India last September. And yes, I went there and she was there full of praises for little country boy out of Irish village. I mean, I am still shocked. It's still unbelievable. We also performed in Dubai. I mean, it's shocking. I still can't believe that all of this has happened. And I've met so many dignitaries around the world because of my music, and they all love Gayana Babu, Mami Bele Roti Dadi Chonke Dal, little songs like that. A
Yeah.
song that I wrote because my mom and dad would be in the kitchen. It was always a family affair, Mami Chonke Dal, it was so simple,
Yeah.
and the song has resonated with people around the world. And I am very thankful. I mean, there's so much more to say, but these little things, I am thankful.
Great.
I feel so blessed. And I thank you, Mr. Ray, for
Yeah.
this opportunity as well to reach out to your fans and, tell my story to your people.
Thank you. I'm blessed to have you on my show. So thank you.
Thank you.
Another question here, Terry. So you talked about you do meditation. So do you visualize you performing in all these big stages and all these big feeling that you're getting? Do you visualize some of that sometimes?
You know, after the fact, I'm always just thankful to God for whatever little blessings. I never ask for too much. I just ask for simple little happiness. When I pray to God, I just ask for God to guide me to do the right things, guide me to help people as much as I can. I always thank God for all the little blessings, and the little things in my life may seem little to other people, but for me, they're big, 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 humongous blessings.
Yeah.
The fact that I still have my mom and dad at this age, I am so thankful, to have such a close-knit family, and people around me, they're so full of love. I mean, you don't know how thankful, I mean, I am so extremely thankful for all that love, I don't really ask God for nothing else. I am thankful and happy for what I have.
Excellent. Excellent. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Terry, listen, I'm just going to circle back to sum this up nicely for my audience to know that, in order for us to live the good life, it's so essential from everyone I interviewed. Our faith, our family, our finance, and our fitness are necessary to keep together so that we can live the good life as we get older. And you share a lot of secrets about living the good life, which you are living. And I'm honored and happy to have you on this show. So just for my audience, please enjoy the show, enjoy Terry, and leave a subscription, leave a comment, or anything you want. Is there you want me to put and say anything to my audience before we part, Terry?
You mentioned about the Save Abby Foundation for Children. Yes. Whatever little you can do for charity, do it. It's very important. A little give back. It's such a great feeling, man. When you give, it is unlike any other feeling in this entire world. And for us, our charities, children, we always do the Christmas parties for all the orphanages in Guyana. 24, we did it last year again. Next year, if you want to join us in Guyana, it's always the weekend before Christmas. Okay. We'll be in Guyana. Come and see the gratitude in the faces of those orphans. It's priceless. And the last thing I'll say is, there is no me without you. My fans, my people, those who are, honestly, there's no me without you. You are the ones who make me who I am. Terry Gajraj, the Guyana Babu. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good, Terry. It's an honor to have you on my show. So thank you very much. And have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You too. Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you.